I just like hitting the start. We're live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our hangout. The Unstoppable Mamas. I hadn't pre-decided beforehand what I was going to call it, and we didn't talk about it. So anyway, welcome. I'm Bachelder, in case you don't know me, and I am with my Unstoppable Mama partner, Tammy. Hey, Tammy, how are you?
Hey, Susan, I'm awesome tonight. How are you?
Good. Good.
Good.
So we are 1 week into the soft launch of 200 Cash Creation. So we're coming out here to have a conversation, let you know what it's all about. If you don't know us, who we are, what our intentions are, maybe we'll talk a bit about our vision. Just have a short conversation so that you can get to know us and make a decision. I think oftentimes, and Tammy has like 3 different questions. I love the combination of the questions that we use to teach new people or to help new people understand how to think about when they buy a product or an opportunity. And my 3 are that you have those questions, but maybe you don't know what they are. And so you want to know what it is, whether it's the product or the opportunity or the service. What is it? Is it something that I can do, and will it work for me? So those 3 questions, almost every time you talk to us, you're going to get those answers. And Tammy, do you want to share the kind of questions that you look at when you look at opportunities, or that you help explain to people?
Yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely. And yeah, my name is Tammy, and Tammy Montgomery, and I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've joint ventured here with Susan. And what I usually look for, and there's usually 3 things, and I think everybody has to really focus in on these, is number 1 is it's simple. Can it run in the background while you're actually doing your thing? Like, in other words, I was taking a walk tonight, and the cool part about it is if you have, a nice little setup or a phone, your emails can come in, and the cool part about it is you can see leads dropping in. So you want to have a simple system, but you want something that's actually going to teach you how to do that. Like, in other words, okay, this sounds all well and good. Susan is making money online. I'm making money online. And we have for years now. But the thing is like, for a new person to come into it, you got to look at, obviously, number 1, is it going to be working for you in the background? So in other words, can you set up your advertising? Can you set up your system so that you can work around your life? So like I said, I was taking a walk tonight, and I was thinking about, what am I going to talk about tonight, Susan? So that's just really one thing I wanted to say, that it's so cool with the technology that we have in the video. Even right now, this technology of a hangout is so cool. And Susan's brought me forward, and I've had, like, at first she's like, get on Hangouts, and I was like, oh boy, my palms are sweating, but now this is like my 10th one with her, so I'm used to it now. But the thing about it is like, people that just start out on the internet, of course you're not going to want to do video, you're not going to want to do that sort of thing. So you want to look for effective marketing strategies, and that's what Susan and I have. And that's the thing, is you can start with that, and then you can move into what Susan teaches. So like I said, even myself, and I've been marketing in the internet marketer for several years now, but now Susan's taken me to the next level because of her videos and how she explains on how to present. It's just amazing, and the transformation I've had just by since meeting Susan is huge. I think she can even attest to that. So
absolutely. And it's both sided. Like, Tammy has helped me take my direct response, my closing, and my confidence in some of the lead generation areas of my business to the next level. So that's kind of the relationship that you're going to get from us. Literally, is finding out where you need some work, maybe, or helping you really truly get to your next level, because we're doing that for each other, and we want to do that for you as well.
Exactly. And I think the second thing, that's kind of the first thing, is you want to have what I call, and this is, I've talked to Susan about this a lot, and I've talked to a lot of my I call them clients because that's just me. I've been in business for 26 years, so when a team member, whatever, so you're my client. So basically, I would say to you, number one, we want to set up a lifestyle business for you. In other words, you don't want your business running you. Okay, of course you're going to have to work it hard for a while. It's just like any business. It's just like any business I've ever set up, which has been anything, restaurant, a couple Mexican restaurants actually that my husband and I owned, real estate businesses, and things like that. Those were not lifestyle businesses in my opinion. An internet-based business is very much lifestyle business. Like I said, you can have advertising running in the background while you're out shopping or doing whatever you want to do. So that's what Susan and I have here set up for you, and it's just brilliant. The second thing you want to look, that's sort of the first thing, so I think I'm done there. The second thing is, like I said, you want to have lead flow, so you want to learn the strategies, and then you want to have something that pays you direct, member to member, and that's what we have here with the 200 Cash Creation. And it's cool because like I was communicating with Susan on Sunday, and just seeing payments coming through your phone. It's really exciting. So when you catch that fever, and I'm telling you, you will catch that fever when you join us and you start making these sales. That fever is like, wow, it's really something, isn't it, Susan?
It is.
It's really exciting.
Exciting. It makes your heart beat in a different way. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can take, with Susan and I, how she has it set up and how she has the site set up. She works and my gosh, she works her head off like crazy to make sure this is all running smoothly. But the thing is, you would just give us your payment process or however you want to get paid. So that's the third thing. Honestly, you don't want to wait for a company to pay you because I've had horror stories in the past. I mean, I've been in MLMs and I've been in other companies, and I've even seen where some of the people that I've helped, they suffer because they're waiting weeks and weeks upon getting paid, and you won't have that here, like I said. So those are kind of the three things that I look for, Susan, and and that's the thing. And of course the community, and that's what we have building here. Now one of my names is Unstoppable Mama, but before that I've always been known as Team Tammy. So Susan and I have of course now got this name that we love, and we're Unstoppable. And don't worry, you can be an Unstoppable Papa too, because we get that asked a lot too. So we're Unstoppable Mamas, but we're also bringing in Unstoppable Papas.
I love that. That's so awesome. And one of the calls that I got this afternoon started out with a laugh because she introduced herself and said, "So I hope it's okay that I called you. I was just watching one of your videos with Tammy," and she was trying to say Unstoppable Mamas, and it just wasn't quite rolling out. And I said, "Oh yeah, the Unstoppable Mamas. Yeah, that's me." And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's you."
That's funny.
Oh, yeah, I have the right person as soon as I said it, because I say it so like, oh yeah, the Unstoppable Mamas.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's the cool part about it is, it's just a short week. I mean, we're like, everybody's hearing about this, and it's just really a lot of fun. In fact, we're kind of pinching ourselves that it's hitting the airwaves this fast. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's an exaggeration, that quick script that I suggested for an intro video for our members, to say that it's a product that's taking the marketing arena by storm. I don't think that's an exaggeration. Do you, Tammy?
No, not at all. I mean, I think the thing is like people have always asked me, and they've always asked you, Susan, what's the number? What is the secret to your success? And the thing is like Susan and I have all of our secrets to our success in this product. And that's the thing is like we've done it on purpose, and Susan is always doing things on purpose. And so we have this little thing going back and forth, but this is on purpose. So the thing is like I love teaching people how to make money from home. That's just my passion. And so does Susan, and that's the thing. It's so great to have both combinations, and it's freedom. I mean, we're always saying, this is so fun to be able to work from home, have our time freedom, have our financial freedom, and just do what we want to do with our kids. And we both have two teenagers and almost same ages, you know, a boy and girl. We both have boys and girls.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to be able to have that in common too. But yeah, I mean, what else do you think as far as like is that pretty much cover what someone should look for when they're looking at a
Yeah, I
home-based
think that gives a really good summary from kind of two slightly different perspectives and yet really saying the same thing. So if you're wondering if, I guess we should highlight two other things that we also made packaged this on, again, on purpose, but it's not meant to distract you. Like it is really meant to enhance yourself and all of your business. So can you do it? Absolutely. We have it set up so that you can do it. And the marketing pages that you get right in the beginning are very much, they're built for you, they're coded to you, they're branded to you. It's something that you can completely do, and whatever if you're selling something else as well. And the how is all inside the product. So I guess we should say that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want to say one more thing, and then we should do what you suggested. I always go like, I like helping people tell their story, but then I would rather just not tell mine. But Tammy suggested we should, just so you get to know us a little bit more, talk about us. And then I very quickly took it down a different path in the beginning. I'm sure she noticed that.
I did notice that. I was like, oh boy, she's passing it to me already.
Yeah. So anyway, we will tell you a little bit more about ourselves, and maybe Tammy will tell you first. But
I will.
No, I
like that because that's the funny, ironic part is you pull it out of me, but now I gotta pull it out of you.
I love helping other people tell their stories, but then I just don't feel like telling mine.
You gotta tell it. Well, I just wanted to just like maybe piggyback off what you said though, as far as like this is the thing, the sites that Susan builds for you. The reason why all of my team members and my current team members are succeeding is because they are on the sites. Like in other words, when I discovered that secret, I was like, okay, so I have this replicated site and it's not converting. And I'm not making any money. And I started studying the 6- and 7-figure earners. And what were they doing? They were showing their face. You don't have to necessarily do a video. I'm not saying that. But as soon as I flipped my switch and I got out of my shell and I said, you know what? I got to do this. I got to, I got to either have a nice, my picture or something like that within this site. All of a sudden my income went from 4 figures, 5 figures, 6, you know what I'm saying? Like it just started exploding because I was putting myself out there, because people don't join companies, they join people. So that's what Susan and I have here is like right from the get-go, you're already getting that priceless information. You're already getting set up the foundation, the way that 6- and 7-figure earners make money. So I just had to say that was what my struggle was, Susan. I mean, seriously, wasn't it yours? I mean, like literally, like they didn't know. So the conversions are going to be much higher now because of the way we know how to do things and set up what we call a sales funnel.
Absolutely, and that is the exact same thing that took my sales up, is being able to show my face, and I had to learn how to make them for that to happen. So it was quite a stretch. Just using somebody else's site brands that company only. So
exactly.
And there's one key thing that I'm not sure if people really notice, because of course, I mean, this is really a work of heart for both of us. Like we've put our heart into this, and this is our first product and system all on our own. So our name needs to be on there as well, right? But you're going to notice when you go, if you haven't already gone through the sales page, that ours is at the bottom. And as people see your sales page, they're going to see your face and your name first. And that's on purpose. Like, of course, the company logo is on there, the 200 cash creation, but very shortly after the video, they're going to see your face because we want you to succeed. So
exactly. And it's always opposite with any other company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Great mention. That's
Absolutely.
great. Great point.
That's cool. It's so exciting. I can't wait. Before we get, again, I'm going to just talk about something else again first. And then you can tell your story.
Oh, no, you tell your story first tonight.
Okay, who's starting? We always have this funny conversation before every video that we record. Okay, and it's always last minute too. Okay, so who's starting? Are you starting?
Exactly.
I'll start. No, you start.
You're
So
silly like that.
yeah, that's funny. So this other conversation that I had this afternoon with Stevie. I hope you're watching, Stevie, and if I know you'll be watching the recording if you're not watching this one. So I'm talking about you, and I hope you don't mind. Anyway, so I asked him. He's thinking about it, and he said he'd already decided, but this is a special circumstance. So I asked him to think about it. Usually we're going to tell you just like don't even think about it, get in, but this is unique. So I said, you think about it and we'll talk again tomorrow. But one more thing I want to ask you. And he said, what? And I said, what is your dream? And when he has a very clear dream. He's very young still, and he has a very clear dream. And you know what? His dream, which is his why, brought tears to my eyes. Like my why brings tears to my eyes. But when somebody else's is so deep and so real, that's powerful. And those of you, when you already have that in place and you allow us this opportunity to help you, that's what this is all about. That's what we're here for. And his why and his dream is to produce other people's music, help them produce their music, and to help his mom. Like, I don't know, that's huge.
It is huge. Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful. And that's the thing that I ask people too, and you know, just some of the awesome people that I have helped, and I mean, it's just overwhelming some days to think, you know, in 8 short months, 265 people, member to member, but I don't look at it like a number. The thing is like I've touched so many lives and so many great people I've helped, and on a, you know, weekly basis we have obviously these hangouts, but like it's amazing to think that I have that, what am I trying to say?
Impact? You
know what was the word?
Impact?
Yeah, impact. See, she finishes my sentence sometimes. I have a blonde moment, you know. Change my hair from brown to blonde, but sometimes I get a blonde moment, so Susan just jumps in and helps me.
It's kind of bossy. I'm just telling you what to say.
It's awesome. So the impact, you know, and that's the thing is like that's my vision, is to have more of an impact, and I can do that now and reach more people because of meeting Susan. So I'm grateful for that, and that's the thing is, like I said, I'm so honored to work with you, Susan, and you know the people that we are helping current day. It's just going to be hundreds and thousands of more people, as I'm getting a text from someone.
I'm really excited about it, and I honestly, yes, sometimes we're going to sound like a broken record, but we're going to tell you because there's going to be somebody else that hasn't heard it yet. But I have my part of the product, which is like we have both parts of our products in here. But my piece was ready a year and a half ago, and I was ready to release it. I had logos, everything. But I was missing a piece, and that missing piece was, no exaggeration, that missing piece was working with Tammy. But it's only because of Tammy that I've been able to release it now. So that's why we're here.
Thank you. That's awesome. That makes me feel good. Vice versa. Vice versa. I mean, there's no way that it could have possibly happened for me either. No way. So that gives them, I think, a really good idea of why we've done this and why we've you know, merged our resources, you know, both of our knowledge. And it's powerful when you can collaborate with another person that has the strengths. And that's the thing about like being a successful business owner. And I learned this really early on, is if you don't know something, then give up your ego. Give up your ego, and just, if you need to outsource or you need to, you know, find that part of your business that's not working for you, or you don't know that part of your business, then you find someone out there, or you project it out there to find that person.
Exactly. And oh, it was there and then now it's gone.
Well, you're trying to get out of your story still a little bit, so I see the.
Oh yeah, well yeah, there's that too. But I had something to what you were saying.
Basically, yeah, like all successful business owners, like Donald Trump. I mean, he doesn't do everything himself. Major corporations don't do everything themselves. So that's the thing is if you don't know how to market on the internet and you're, let's say, passionate about another product, then you need what we have. We're literally not competition to anyone. We're enhancing the business and we're showing you how to market successfully.
It came back to me.
I knew it would.
So we've talked a lot about why and the vision and the value of the product. But here's the thing, and the packaging of it was, this part was all Tammy's idea, the member-to-member direct sales, 100% commission to you. So that makes it so that it's not just a consumable value-based product that you can learn and apply actionable steps to improve yourself and your business and your video and all of that stuff and the lead generation, but you can do instant sales. So it's not a biz op in that, like, there's so much bulk of value that you can absorb and everything and use, but you can treat it like a biz op for cash creation, hence the name. So like fairly instant sales, and we're just going to keep on improving. There's stuff missing on the sales page still, so that it will convert very quickly, even within cold traffic. In the first week, we had two cold, like literally cold traffic conversions within a 24-hour period. I don't know, that's unheard to me.
That's unheard of.
I was hanging from the ceiling. Essentially,
it was actually 3 because I talked about one other one on Sunday.
Oh, right. Yeah. So 3. To me, that means the world that we've accomplished that in 1 week. Created something that can convert in cold traffic. So again, just to reassure you, if you're watching and wondering or sitting on the fence with it, can I do this? Well, absolutely, because it's already converting cold traffic.
Right, and that's a very good point, because a lot of people will say, well, you have followers and this and that, and you have a list. No, I get blamed that a lot, but you know what? I literally will start, just like literally the instructions I'm giving people, I will start those campaigns just to see. A lot of people that join me don't know me, don't know my name online, and don't know Susan's name online. So there you go. It's literally converting. So you don't have to have a list. You don't have to have a following. You can come in and you can start taking the training and start running traffic to Susan's brilliant pages. They convert, and she's so analytical about it, and she knows exactly what you want and how it's going to work for you. So it's brilliant. She's so techie, and it's awesome.
Well, the wording, I need your help with to make the wording more impactful sometimes. So it's even that is still a joint effort.
Absolutely.
Like we've been writing, you wouldn't believe how much we did together on this. We wrote emails together. We've written ad copy together. Like we're literally accepting each other's expertise equally, and that's what another thing that we want to teach you, that it's just respect somebody else's value. Don't be afraid to put yours out there, because you have your value, and just run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now you tell your story, Tammy.
Oh, no, you gotta do it first.
Who are you? Who is Tammy? They want to know.
Oh boy, it's always still a little nerve-wracking when the camera turns on me. For some reason, I'm like Susan. I don't talk about myself a lot. I'm just like Susan. I like helping other people, so I'm always listening to their story. For instance, I'm trying to think. Gosh, I've talked to 4 or 5 people today. But I always ask, what is it that you want to do in life? And for me, like I said, I've been self-employed for 26 years. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've been married for 24 years yesterday. So I have long-term relationships, I guess I could say, you know. I still have best friends from high school. So I'm just one of those people that, you know, I like to have fun and I like to help people. But yeah, basically, I mean, I've just always enjoyed and just working with people. My guidance counselor told me that I wasn't college material. I'm glad he told me that because honestly, I don't think I could ever really find another job that pays me as well as an internet marketing business. And that's the thing is I've always wanted to be self-employed, help other people, and now in this industry, it fulfills all that for me. So that's just, yeah, I mean, we went through some devastating times. I'm not going to sit here and say that the 26 years have been roses. It has not. I mean, back in 2008, we had a crash. We lost about 10 homes. We had a big real estate business that we actually built up and had for 10 years. 10 years of actually a little over 10. And that was just really hard to work that long. And then all of a sudden, overnight, literally almost overnight, it was boom, gone. And I lost my own personal home. You know, and it's just interesting to some folks maybe listening that, you know, you see Susan and I successful, but at the same time, if you have grit and you have your spirit left, then you can always you can come back and you can rise above again. And that's what I tell people is that, you know what, no matter what you've been through in your life, you can do it. You can set up, you know, systems like this now. It's an amazing thing of, you know, how things have evolved and how, you know, the internet has come about. And I'm just glad because, like I said, I don't know what I would be doing. And that's what I did. I turned to the internet after that. And I had a lot of, geez, just like, wow, how do I do this, you know? So, but now that's the cool thing about it is you can go off of my knowledge and Susan's knowledge and fast forward to present day. And that's what I think we have here. But yeah, it has not always been easy, Susan. And like I said, just that talking about that part still makes me feel uneasy. But if I can share it with other people and just let them know that, you know, whatever they're going through financially, it's, you know, and I had to learn that it was only 4 walls. You know, it was only 4 walls that I was losing. I was not losing anyone in my family or my friends. So that's a little bit about me.
That I every time you tell it and you kind of tell a little
a little more.
Yeah, so I could listen to it again and again. So thank you for sharing that. There's one thing about losing those 4 little walls though, which I can relate to. It's a real pulling feeling to lose your home.
It is.
It is like
it was horrible.
We justify it to realize, well, we still have each other and all of that, and that's very good to focus on the positive. But there is I guess it's beneficial to realize the impact, the gut punching, that feeling as your knees hit the ground when you lose your home.
Right. I'll never forget driving out the driveway.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you finish what you're saying.
I was just going to say I never want to be without a home. Like the word homeless is, I never want to be without a home again.
Exactly. And the thing is like when we lost our home in New York, we actually were starting a new life. And we moved to Arizona because I couldn't be in that area. I couldn't be in this area that I came back to. I couldn't stand being, but I come back for family now, but I couldn't be there anymore, so I literally had to move 2,600 miles away, that far away from that home, because that home, I raised my kids there when they were little. We had our, you know, that was our dream home when we made it big in real estate and our mortgage broker business. So now I live in a beautiful home now, overlooking the lake, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I never knew how grateful you can be for, yeah, like you said, Susan, you can say it's 4 walls, but then when you get it back, it's like, wow, now I got some back, because it's a reflection of how hard you work is when you do get it back again. It's a reflection of that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. I can joke about it and say, it's for a while, but yeah, you're right. It really did hurt, and for a while, it threw me to my knees for a while. Yeah, absolutely.
I can relate.
So now your story.
I am a single mom of 2 teenagers, as Tammy mentioned earlier, a boy and a girl, just like her. That's kind of crazy. 18, and my daughter's almost 16, like weeks away. So she'll be going for her drivers, and yeah, that's an experience. But so anyway, moving on. I was a critical care registered nurse for 15 years, and I loved my career. Here's a funny thing, and as you get to know me, I'm very methodical and decisive. So it might not be surprising that I was about 4 years old when I decided I was going to be a nurse. And it's funny because cousins, aunts, and uncles, and especially my mom, tell me that it was literally some of the first words that I spoke. And I told anybody that would listen, that I was going to be a nurse. And that's what I focused everything on. A lot of growing up was preparing for being a nurse. And I had a textbook, Nightingale textbook, that I read from cover to cover, and I would read anatomy and physiology before I went to school. So I essentially became a nurse before I went to school, and then I was a critical care registered nurse. So for 15 years, loved it. Then a car accident 10 years ago, kind of within the blink of an eye, swept that away from me, and yeah, that's what brought me online. Actually, is because the career was gone and I couldn't do it anymore. Speaking of knees hitting the ground, I really thought that I had no value anymore. I thought, what am I if I'm not a nurse? And that's because I had, in my mind, I became a nurse for so many years before that. And there's something really exciting about stopping the bleeding and helping people.
Wow.
I loved it. I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Wow.
So that's why I like this so much. So that's why I'm here. And then just being without that career, not being able to work at all, spent all my savings and kept on digging into debt. And then all of a sudden I was ignoring it for a long time, thinking, okay, I got a little more room on this credit card. Oh, I can dig a little over here. And then all of a sudden I realized, okay, I think I need to figure something out. So I came online I had to dug a bit of a hole. So by the time I came online, I had no choice. I had to make it work. So I worked really hard, and I am so happy to be right here, right now with Tammy in this product and sharing it with you.
Wow.
That's me in a nutshell.
That's awesome. See, I learned something more about you. And my mom would tell me that I was always playing office. So isn't that
funny?
Yeah. Yes. I was always, playing office and doing office stuff, and it was, yeah, that's cool.
When I first started telling people, I was born with severe asthma, so I spent, until I was about 6, I spent most of my time, more time in the hospital than out. And I guess I used to boss the nurses around a bit too. Tell them there was this one Brian, and I won't tell the whole story because it's a bit long, but Brian was have you heard of waterheads? They nicknamed them. It's actually hydrocephalus, but they're born with water on their brain, so they don't develop fully. So Brian was 18, but he was only maybe about 4 feet long, and he was always in one of those metal cribs. So the one side of his face that he laid on mostly was just very flat and deformed, and he couldn't speak. He could make noises, and they fed him that way and stuff. And I guess I started insisting that they got him up once a day, and I would feed him, and I taught him how to say my name and say hello, and the nurses would get quite annoyed at me because I would bug them until they got him out of there and sat him up so I could look him in the eyes and talk to him and stuff. So yeah, I was a little bossy then already.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it's in your blood to help people, you know, and to save people and rescue people. And in a lot of ways, that's almost like what I feel like, you know, I mean, obviously the person has to follow directions and show up, like you said before, but I mean, we're kind of almost throwing a lifeline out to them in a lot of ways.
and that's why we fit like two pieces in the puzzle, because it really is the same.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome.
Is there anything
Cool.
else that we should share? Oh, I want to say one very specific thing before any of you in the audience leaves. If you're watching this live, if you're watching the recording, it'll be up for 2 more days. But we have on Thursday's hangout, we have a really exciting plan. Do you want to tell them what it is, Tammy?
Oh, I'm not sure because aren't we gonna have more? We're gonna have more than one, or
I don't know. I don't know. But we do have
possible
one
like
for
that.
sure. We're interviewing someone who Tammy has known for years, and
Yes.
she dug right in and has taken action. So she's going to share with you. She didn't know any of the product before she bought it, so she's going to share with you what she's been doing with it for the last week.
Yes, I can't wait to have her on. Do we want to say her name?
That's up to you.
Mary Beth is going to be on Thursday, and I think it's cool that we're going to do this, and more people, you know, as this goes, and you know, coming on, and it's just going to make things really, you know, in other words, we're going to edify, and so if you want to come on, then we're going to do the same thing for you on Thursdays. So yeah, I think it's cool. I'm excited about it.
I am too. Actually.
You still.
Yeah, because it's exciting to see it working, of course, and to see someone enjoying it and using it, and I can't wait to just see all the success.
Oh yeah, because and the thing about it is that she's a video rock star before, and now she's even taken her business to next level.
And that's
Cool.
what it's about.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I think we've covered everything. You definitely want, you know, get back to either Susan and I. I'm so used to saying get back to the person that invited you. It's just you and I. But yeah, get a hold of myself or Susan. I actually have both of our contact numbers in the emails. So if you got this and you're listening to it because of the email I sent out to you, definitely want to start now because it's the end of July and we all know what happens in August. And you want to get set up and you want to start making money like now. So don't hesitate. Honestly, you know, there's only going to be a time, like a small window, and then we're going to start actually charging for the other branded funnels. So you want to make before this fully launches in August. So you want to make sure you get in now. And you know, obviously, like I said, August is my favorite time. August through all the way to December is the best season. I can almost track it. I can tell when the kids start going back to school because then all the stay-at-home moms and dads are like, boom, right there, ready to start their business for the fall season.
Yeah, and getting anxious about it's like a season of change, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's fall. You know, leaves change around here, and people change, and yes, we see this cycle. Absolutely. So definitely get back to us, and we'll get you started.
Exactly.
I can't say click the link below, but but just go to the link in the email and get signed up.
Yeah, and get back with us. And we fight about the money behind the scenes, so don't worry about that. We'll figure it out.
Exactly. That's cute. See, we're just fun-loving stay-at-home moms. We get a kick out of each other, that's for sure.
Sure, I just have to throw that in there.
You always do. It was a pleasure getting to know you better tonight, Susan. I appreciate you sharing more of your story every time. I get to know something a little bit more about you. So, but yeah, you're right. I piece in a little bit more. Maybe someday we'll share everything, but not. You know, it's tough. It's still tough talking about it.
I agree. Yeah. That's probably why I'm genuinely empathetic to it. So.
Absolutely.
See, we are actively learning as well. So.
Right.
Start from where you are and just join us. It's a hell of a lot of fun.
It is.
Did I click the red button now?
Yep, we're all done, and yep, definitely.
Okay.
Thanks everyone for listening. I appreciate it.
Good night. We'll see you in the next one.
Good night.